going to use this. So you can practice at home then for the next coming weeks. Okay, so you deposit 100 with annual rate 2%. All right, how much you will get in 2 years, 5 years? So this is the easiest one. So from our understanding, we will use the interest rate and then compounding, right? 2%. So you know how much your money is going to make for you. Right, this is it. So 100 times this much. Right? And we call this as the future value. Okay, it's the slides I sent you, the PowerPoint file I sent you is a future value. And this is the present value. Now, and this is the rate, interest rate per period. Not necessarily per month or per year, but we just use per period. And this is the periods, number of periods. Okay, so if we use, it's depending on the compounding frequency. So we call this as compounding. Okay, so it's up to the compounding frequency. So no matter in deposit or borrowing from a bank, okay, usually without specifying, okay, without extra specification, usually we use annual compounding. So this, how much is it are you going to get then? So let's get the computer. No, calculator. So let's get our calculator here. So Sheila, you have the HP, right? Sheila.
I've got the BA Texas Instruments Plus.
Oh, BA, okay, BA2 Plus. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How about Cora? Cora, you have any model you are using at home?
I have buy one from TA. I will get it 2 days more.
You know how to use it?
No, so I'm learning.
You are going to get the BA2 Plus, right? TI?
Yes.
Okay, then you two can discuss with each other. Or you can also ask me if you have questions. I know how to use it. Okay, but in classroom, we will show you how to use the Casio. Okay, now CNPD. So Cooper, did Cooper get one? No? No? Oh, okay. CNPD means compounding. So it's on your left side, upper left side. Okay. So with the compounding, okay, you have to press on first, and then press compounding. So it tells you that hey, compounding interest, right? And then the second is set is n. That means if there is annuity, it's ordinary annuity. What means ordinary? Means and to be paid or to receive at the end. It's called a no ordinary annuity. We will introduce the annuity later. Okay, so what's next? Which is n is the number of period. So which is 5. Execution. 5 execute on the lower button, right side, right lower button corner. Okay, and with the I% as 2 here. Okay, don't input 0.02, no, because it's 2%, so this is 5%. So 2 here. And the PV as present value. Here, present value PV here. It's 100. Okay, and the PMT is payment or annuity. Which is nothing, which is 0, so we input 0. Okay, and then future value, we are going to solve this. So it's on your right side. The blue button. Right side upper corner. Right? So this is negative 110. That 40 something. 40, 80, 180, right? So the reason why it's negative is because it's moved to move all the items to the same side of the equation. So is move this to this, say FV is supposed to be the formula is written to be PV times 1 plus I n, right? Or we can use a interest factor. We call this as future value interest factor. But now you don't need the interest factor because you have the financial calculator. Okay? So if you do not have this, you have to look up the table. Okay, it's called the future value interest factor. Okay, so the reason is negative here is because it's moved this to move all the items to the same size of the equation. So they move it like this. Okay, so since we input positive here, so it's come out with negative. Okay, the reason it's doing this way is because in the future, if you want to find the I as the rate of return of our investment, so you would have to put positive and negative on different cash flow so that you will have come up with the equation as 0, and then with this equation we can find interest rate. Okay, so not very complicated. Which is easy as long as you do it step by step. So how about next question? Say if you want to travel the world, Three years later, you need, say, 1 million. 再看 OK if the interest rate is 5%, how about 4%? How much do you need to deposit? Safe deposit now. Okay, so this is another easy question. So we know how much in the future, okay, is a future value, then we need to find the present value to set. Okay, so from this equation, then we can move it we can rearrange it. Okay, so we know PV as FV times 1 plus I. So with this, we call this discounting. We know the future value, and then we want to find the present value. We call it discounting. Okay? Or we can use the interest factor. This we call this as a present value interest factor. Alright? So for this case, the answer is the present value should be, we have 1 million in the future, we want to save 1 million. And then we discount it as %4 with 3 years, right? Okay? So if you do not have the calculator, you have to find the, you can calculate, you can use this formula, or you can find the table. You can check on computer website. You can Google it, how much this is. But since we have the financial calculator, we do it here. Okay? Again, do it. Compounding. Okay, let's use this. And as how much? 3, right? Let me just change the number. 3. So change it on your calculator. I% is 4. And the PV, not knowing, we want to find the PV. So we move downward with the triangle with the round plate, right? So they have like an arrow going downward. Okay, and then we will come back. PMT also 0. Here we have the result already, so we can move downward, or you can input again. And the future value, now we have to input as 1. Okay, let's just press 1. This is median. And then we come back. To PV for solve. Okay, so we can find to solve the PV how much we are going to save. Need to save 0.8889 9 0.8889. Okay, meaning you need to save this much. So under the interest rate of 4%, 3 years later you will have 1 million to travel the world. Right? Easy, right? But next we are going to introduce annuity. So annuity is a little bit complicated, but not difficult. Okay. So what is that annuity? We call it 年金. As I said, we have ordinary or common. Or N is to be paid as N. Or the annuity due. This is the beginning, in the beginning, to the front, okay, to be paid in the front, or received in front. So, the definition of annuity is a fixed amount of a fixed dollar amount or cash flow, okay, to be paid, to pay or receive, It's a certain frequency. During a period. a Pacific view? Say per year. Say per year, but for 10 years. Say per month within 1 year. Okay, but the money is fixed. Okay, so how about this? Let's give some examples. What are the annuities you know? All kinds. Please.
Ordinary annuity?
All kind. Oh, yeah, you said. As you said.
Ordinary
Yes.
annuity.
What's the example you're giving me? Example, I mean. Either way, ordinary or annuity too.
Sorry, what? I can't hear you.
Give us some example. Either ordinary annuity or annuity too. Real example.
Ordinary annuities, I think every year the same amount.
Yes. I mean, example in reality.
Let's say, like the calculation of an ordinary annuity, like $1,000 US dollars per year.
Yes, I mean not calculation, not numbers, but any annuities that you know in reality. Everyone? Yes. What? Rent. So rent is which one? Annuity too, rent. So you pay in front. This is what I need. Anything else that you are aware of? Just speak.
Subscriptions.
Prescription?
Subscriptions. Let's say a magazine or something you buy online and you have to pay it per year. A magazine.
So you say you pay for Netflix? You pay for
no, I mean
prescript?
a subscription.
Yes.
Subscription.
So you pay every year?
Yeah.
Like economists? You pay every year?
Yeah, that's something you could pay every year.
Hopefully they
But
don't
you could also pay into an investment.
Hopefully
year.
They don't raise the rate. They don't raise. Usually they will adjust, or maybe they give you more discounts. Okay, subscription you pay in front, right?
Yeah, because technically speaking,
yes.
The Financial Times is quite.
Interesting.
Or like the retirement plan.
Retirement, what's that? After you retire,
you pay into your insurance for your retirement.
Pension. So you get your pension.
Like you pay into your pension. Yes.
How about you get your pension after you retire? Right? You get your pension.
Yes.
So it's in front or end?
at the end?
The pension gives you money at the end of the month or as in the beginning.
After a certain period, at maturity.
They give you money to eat, to buy stuff. So that should be in front, right? At the end, you will be starving to death, right?
Oh, you mean when to pay?
Yeah, I mean pension payment to you after you retire.
Oh yeah. You have to pay in front, and at the end, at maturity, you receive.
Yeah, I mean after you retire, they give you money, pension.
Yeah.
Payment to you to you. Now you are paying. So it should be in front, right? Any others? Insurance. You pay insurance in front or at the end. What do you mean? It's only one kind. You take the airplane. You take the flight before the flight, or you after you alight. You pay insurance. In front, right? After you get off a flight, you don't need to pay insurance. I don't need the insurance anymore. Insurance payment. Right? Anything else? Any others? Anything at the end? We just come up with the in front. So what's that? Yeah, what is the name of the paying for housing? Mortgage payment. Mortgage payment. This is important to us because we are using real estate as the main focus of the investment analysis. All right, so let's use the annuity as our next example. So we build up this foundation very solid. So in the future, you won't get confused, and then you will have a very precise and efficient decision making. How much you will get after 4 years? So this is a quick and the easiest example I like to use because we only have 4 periods of the annuity. So you deposit 100 at the end of every year. When you deposit, the cash flow goes down, or negative. Okay, so every year, at the end of the year, we tend to get red envelope, 红包. You guys as students, you're still receiving red envelope, 红包. But not longer, right? When you're going to graduate, especially for 自文, you have work, right?
Yeah.
You are not getting 红包 anymore, right? You're giving out.
Yeah.
You're giving out. It's hurt, right? Very hard attack. Okay, heartache, not attack, heartache. 很心痛. So very soon, you're going to change your mindset. Okay, so we want to find the future value of these annuities. So for this, how much are the future value of this one? For this 100, okay, as the end, as fourth year, it's still same 100. As this, for this, year 3 to year 4, this is one period compounding, 2%. And for this, it's 100 times. And for this one, 100. So the future value is the summation of this cash flow. So let's do it here. Future value is the 100 plus 100 times 1.02 plus 100 times. Okay, so in general form, A as ordinary annuity, okay, and the N as the annual I%, I as the N as the period, and the I as the interest rate per period. So we have future value as this formula. transform from the real number to this future value as a plus a times 1 times I or is the power 四方 or is the power that's this term or is the power n minus 1 be careful it's not always n as the last term but n minus 1 because this is the n. This is the an ordinary annuity. So we do not compound. We omit one period compounding. OK， 省略了一起。的复利。Okay, be careful. Okay, so this is a geometric series. Geometric series. 等比级数 of common factor. So let's do it again. Take the common factor outside. All right. So now we find the common inside the bracket. Inside the bracket, we find the common factor as 1 plus I, right? So what's next? What's next? I think this is the high school level. What's next? Remember? Tina, eating. Remember high school, how the teacher showed us the step. Times 1 plus I. On both sides.
Yes.
On both sides.
Yes.
So time we find the common factor is 1 plus I here within the bracket. So we times this common factor on both sides. And then put it inside. Here. Then what? Minus. We subtract these two equations. We subtract these two. right? So for left side, we have this equals A outside 1 minus, so this is top minus down. So we have only thing left is this one. So this is a very pretty formula. Look, you don't need to memorize it, but I want you to know the logic or the process how we derive it. Okay, I don't like students to memorize formula because you forget. And since we can look up, you can Google it, we have the financial calculator, why memorize it? Okay? So, our final formula come up with is 191 minus 9. So this is down. Okay? So, move it to the bottom. So we have the A times I as on empowerment. So this is so pretty, so neat. Okay, and we call this as A times, call this as the future value interest factor of annuity. Of course, you can check you can Google it for this annuity, how much this is. The full name is future value interest factor of annuity. Okay? So if you wanna fit in those numbers of the question, okay, 102% 4 years. So you put 2% 4 year here. 2%. But for calculator here, let's do it together. So this is probably the last example today. Okay. Now GMPD, same compounding. Now you can see the set n equals as n is working on this case, right? Because this is n as the n. So this is the ordinary annuity. So don't change it. So keep it. Okay? And the n is 4 years. For I% as 2. And the PV we don't have PV here. We don't have PV here, so input 0. And the PMT, oh, this is our PMT as the ordinary annuity, is 100. Okay? Then we want to find our future value. So, negative 412 point something. Negative 412.160. Bingo. Okay. So this is the annuity. Okay. To find future value. Okay. Now we know present value versus future value, and the future value versus annuity. Okay, I'll let you practice for this coming week. Okay, and no matter which model you are using, okay, try to redo it, okay, on your own. Okay, and then next week we are going to move from this to real estate finance and how to calculate the mortgage financing, the payment or the accumulated interest payment or principal payment. Okay, and then we will combine the direct approach cash flow analysis, cash flow statement, and then move on to capital budgeting to see whether if one project is feasible. Just like I said, the rate of return is 6%, but the required rate is 5%. We do the financial feasibility, and then we will be able to use all what we have learned at that time to do the case study, to work on a case study like hotel development or theme park financial feasibility. So at that time, you will have a whole picture of how the finance, investment, and how the feasibility analysis can be developed. Okay, I will send you guys more articles or some example for practice. Okay, dismissed. See you next week.